sorry, Tony.
You know I wouldn't do this if I had any other choice. But he's my friend. So was I.
Captain America Civil War is the third installment into what is perhaps Marvel's most critically successful series in their cinematic universe, the Captain America one, and it's a sequel to both the last Captain America film, The Winter Soldier, as well as last year's Avengers Age of Ultron, and it succeeds at being just that, in a brilliant way. It's a very loose adaptation of the Marvel comic series bearing the same name, with a relatively simple plot. The government and United Nations are proposing a registration program for the Avengers, thanks to the damage they've caused while fighting against enemies, with Tony Stark aka Iron Man being all for it, stating that they need to be put in check, in control. But Steve Rogers aka Captain America is against this, and they both assemble a team and fight against each other. However, the movie is far more than that, since it's first and foremost a Captain America movie, dwelling deeper into his character and motivations, as well as how much he cares for his friend Bucky Barnes. But at the same time, it also feels like Avengers 2.5. Not that I'm complaining though, since each character seems to get ample screen time and the film as a whole is very well paced. Now, a lot of comparisons will be made with this and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and understandably so. Both are movies where two heroes fight and where a character is behind the scenes pulling the strings. Now, if you're wondering which of these is better, well, it's all subjective, but I enjoyed Civil War far more than I ever enjoyed Batman v Superman, and I think the main reason for it is one key word: fun. Because while Civil War is a mature and serious movie, it's also fun. It's not dull, it's not boring, it's fun, and it's also not dumb. The third act of this movie especially, where a certain character's motivations change entirely and things become much more personal. The action is also neat and good, although there is a lot of shaky cam and a lot of quick cuts all around it, so it's not the best action that Marvel has produced. It's certainly not close to the action of something like their Daredevil series or even the last Captain America movie, The Winter Soldier, but it is serviceable, it's fun, and the airport fight scene is, well, fucking amazing. Now, this movie also introduces two major characters into the MCU, and both were absolutely awesome. Black Panther was a total badass who fought like a boss and just was all around just a freaking badass, like I just said. However, some of his movements were really rubbery and felt very much like it was CGI in progress. Kind of disappointing, and I was expecting a bit more, but that's just a tiny little knick-knack that I found with this movie. However, the biggest reason why I went to see this movie was to see my favorite comic book character being introduced into the MCU, and that's Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and he was definitely a highlight of this movie. I am still going to reserve my judgment on whether he's actually the best on-screen Spider-Man until his solo movie Homecoming next week, but what I will say is that he knocked it out of the park with this one. And they were also able to fit him in really well without it being forced, but also not being just a Stan Lee type of a cameo. He was in a decently big role. However, a lot of people have been saying that he's in this movie for about 30 minutes in total, 10 minutes of Peter Parker and 20 minutes of Spider-Man. That's not really true. There's about 5 minutes of Peter Parker and around 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes if you stretch it, of Spider-Man. In total, he's for about 20 minutes in this movie, and I would have liked him more, but then again, we've got the solo movie next year. In conclusion though, before I saw Civil War, my favorite MCU film was Captain America: The Winter Soldier, with Guardians of the Galaxy coming in a close second. After seeing Civil War, my favorite MCU film is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, with Guardians of the Galaxy being a close second. Third place is not first or second, but it's certainly far from the last place, especially considering the amount of movies that the MCU now has in it. But Civil War is a fantastic movie that represents Marvel at the top of their game, and I have no problem recommending you go see it. Thank you a lot for watching, and I will see you in my next video.